How is the vision now? Can you all see well? Good, good. Okay, fine. So, without getting into any formality of asking whether you have seen the video yesterday or not, I hope you all have seen the video, and those who have seen will enjoy this session. Those who have not seen the video, I don't guarantee you will understand much. Okay? Fine. Anyways, as I had informed you, as I had texted you, that we will be discussing about what you have observed in the previous video. Session 1 of chapter 15, probability. Right? Okay? Is the voice clear to you? Good. Okay. So, in yesterday's session, we derived the formula of probability. First, we understood what is probability. A literature word for probability is chance. What is the chance? Right? Since few days, the weather is cloudy. So, what is the chance of rain? Even the weather forecast was there. It might rain here, correct? In Navsari. And it had rain in around Navsari. Correct? So that chance of rain. It didn't rain in Navsari, but in Chikli and other places it rained. That weather forecast was there. Okay, even looking at the weather, you can predict the chances of getting rain. So that chance in statistics is one branch of mathematics, and in this branch of mathematics, that is statistics, chance is substituted by a word called probability. You can say other literature word possibility. What is the possibility of rain? But mathematically, we say what is the probability of rain, or what is the probability of any event that we can discuss about. Alright? If I toss a coin, you know, two events can occur. Either it's going to fall head or tail, and a balanced coin, it is unlikely to fall erect. सीधा खड़ा रहने वाला नहीं है वो कॉइन, वो हम पहले से ही समझ लेते हैं. You understand? We will assume that coin will not stand erect. Okay? It will fall either on one of its side. Then the event that is going to happen is having either head or tail. So there are two events that can occur in an experiment of tossing a coin. Are you getting me? No response? Alright. So, in yesterday's, one example was there, dart board. There was a board, alright, which is hit by dart. There were three colors. Y for yellow, R for red, and G for green. When you hit the board with the dart, there will be four events. Event 1, event 2, event 3, and event 4. So children, we are having some problem, right? We are back. Can you hear me? All right. Okay. Okay, children. So, in yesterday's example, the video that you have seen, a board is hit with dart. On the board, three regions having different colors were shown: yellow, red, and green. So when you hit that experiment of hitting a dart on the board, alright, there are four possible events that can occur. Event 1, the dart hits the yellow region, or the second event, dart hits the red region. The third event, the dart hits the green region. And fourth event, doesn't hit the board. Doesn't hit the board. Right? So these are all possible events that may occur when you perform the experiment of hitting the board with a dart. Alright? But we will not consider this. We will consider only those events where the dart hits the board. We are going to abandon the event, the experiment in which the dart doesn't hit the board. We will not take into consideration if the dart doesn't hit the board. So we are taking only those experiments where dart hits the board. So there will be only three possible outcomes, three possible results. One, the dart hitting the yellow region. Second event, the dart hitting the red region. And third event, the dart hitting the green region. Right? In yesterday's example, we have seen that experiment of hitting the dart was performed 10 times. Okay? So, first time when the dart was hit, let's say, here are the outcomes. Observations. For the first time, when the dart was hit on the board, it got fixed on yellow region. Second time, it hit the green region. Third time, yellow region. Next time, red, and so on. Yellow, green, red, yellow, green, and yellow. These are the 10 outcomes of performing the experiment of hitting the dart on the board 10 times. Alright? So these are all possible observations, outcomes. So experiment was performed 10 times, so you will have 10 outcomes. That is very simple. Now I am going to talk about types of outcomes. Types of outcomes. First outcome is yellow, second is green, and third is red. These are only the three types of outcomes that we can have because we have ignored the experiment in which dart doesn't hit the board, right? Okay. So first one yellow, next one green, again yellow, then we have red. The fifth outcome is yellow, sixth outcome is green, seventh outcome is red, next outcome is yellow, then we have green and yellow. So 5 outcomes out of 10 are the dart hitting yellow region, 3 outcomes dart hitting green region, and 2 outcomes the dart hitting red region, and total number of outcomes are 10. Okay, so after this activity, performing that experiment 10 times, you can have certain presumptions. Next time, when the person is going, that same person is going to hit, alright, the dart on the board, what is the probability that he hits the green region? So we have seen 3 out of 10 times he hits green region. 3 out of 10 times he hits green region. That if expressed in decimal form, it is 0.3. And this 0.3 figure is called probability. Probability. Alright? So, yes, in yesterday's session, we have seen the symbol. Probability of, let's say this is event 1, this is event 2, and this is event 3. I am talking about event 2. So, probability of event 2 is what? 0.3. We have seen that formula also. Probability of event 2 is number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes. Alright, in this case, what is the total number of outcomes? 10 times experiment is performed, so 10 outcomes. And the favorable outcomes, we are talking about event 2, where the dart hits the green region, and you can see the green region hit by dart is 3 times. So number of favorable outcomes is 3, and that is 0.3. So probability of event 2 is 0.3. Let's find out the probability of event 1. Maximum 3 types of event can occur, right? We got probability of event 2, which is 0.3. Now let's find out probability of event 1. So number of favorable outcomes, I'm writing short forms, outcomes upon total number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes are 10, obviously. And here we are talking about event 2. And in event 2, the dart hits that green region. Sorry, it's event 1. So event 1 is the dart hitting yellow region, which is 5 times. So 5 upon 10, and that is 0.5. Let me write that probability of event 1 is 0.5. I hope you have understood that. Next, we'll find out the probability of event 3. And what is event 3? When the dart is hit on the board, it hits the red region. So here, probability of event 3 is, the formula remains the same. Number of favorable outcomes in event 3, and total number of outcomes. Well, total number of outcomes are 10, and the dart hitting the red region is 2 times. So favorable outcomes are 2, and that is 0.3. So probability of event 3 is 0.2. All right? Okay? Understood? Check. Children, there are only 3 events that can occur. Only 3 events that can occur when you perform an experiment of hitting a dart on the board having 3 regions, yellow, green and red. And of course, you are going to abandon or you are going to ignore the dart which does not hit, the experiment in which the dart does not hit the board. We are not going to take those experiments into consideration. Only those experiments we are taking into consideration where dart hits any of these 3 regions. Is that clear? Okay. So, if you take the total probability of the 3 types of events, probability of event 1 plus probability of event 2 plus probability of event 3. I will total it here. 0, 10, 0 and the 1. So that is 1. Children, what is the total probability of these 3 events? Can you answer? What is the total probability of these 3 events? Yes? 1. Correct. And only these 3 events can occur in this experiment. ये एक्सपेरिमेंट में सिर्फ 3 इवेंट हो सकते हैं, और जो 3 इवेंट हो सकते हैं उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी हमने ढूंढ ली, and we find the sum of probabilities of event 1, event 2 and event 3 is 1. Children, remember, when the probabilities of all the given events is 1, sum of probability is 1, they are called complementary events. They are called complementary events. Alright? So here, E1, E2 and E3 are complementary events because if you take the sum of their probabilities, it is equal to 1. Let's take another example and try to understand. Alright, a coin is tossed 15 times. How many times? 15 times. All right. And then I'm going to write the outcomes here. First time you got head. This is 15 times. Second time you got head, tail, head, tail, tail, head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, tail. So 15 times you perform the experiment of tossing a balanced coin. Balanced coin means what? When it lands on the surface, it's not going to stand erect. It will fall on either of the side. Okay. So these are the 15 outcomes. 15 outcomes. All possible, number of possible outcomes are 15. Alright? But the type of event are only two. When you perform the experiment of tossing the coin, which event can take place? Yes, either you are going to get head or you are going to get tail. So head and getting tail. Event 1 is getting head. Event 2 is getting tail. How many times you are getting head? 1, 2, tail, head, tail, tail, head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, tail. So 8 times you got head and 7 times you got tail out of 15. Now the question is, on the basis of this experiment, whenever you toss a coin, let's say it's a 5 rupee coin, we have taken 5 rupee coin here. So whenever you toss a 5 rupee coin, what is the probability that you will get head? So what is the probability of getting event E1? Well, the formula is one and the same. Probability of event E1 is equal to number of favorable outcomes. I'm using the short forms upon total number of outcomes. Alright? Well, this experiment has been performed 15 times. So, 15 observations are there. So, all possible outcomes are 15 in number. And favorable outcome, I'm talking about event E1, where head appears on the top. And how many times head appears out of 15 times? Say 8 times. So favorable outcomes are 8. Well, if you want, you can divide it. 8 divided by 50, 0.0, 15 pies are 75, 5 remains, 0, 15 threes are. So that is 0.53 approximately, because division continues. 15 threes are 45, so 5 will remain, right? 0.53. Children, you can leave the answer either in fractional form or decimal form. But the examiner would like to have the answer in decimal form. Most times, the examiner would like to have the answer in decimal form. But see here, it is non-terminating recurring decimal. In that case, if you want to leave the answer in fractional form, you are allowed to do so. Okay? So what is the probability of event E1? That is 0.53 approximately. Okay, let's find out the probability of another possible event, and that is getting 10. I'm writing the directly answer now. No need to write the formula again. Similarly, I use the word similarly. Probability of event 2. Total outcomes are 15. Favorable outcomes are 7. If you divide 7 by 15, 0. Yes, 4s are 60. 10, 0. 6 are 90. That's okay. That is 0.46 approximately. Correct? So you got the event. So here also, because it is non-terminating decimal fraction, you can write the answer in fractional form. How many types of event can occur when you toss a coin? Give me the answer. Only two types. Either it is going to be head or it's going to be tail. Now I have found their probabilities. Let me take the sum of the probabilities. Probability of event 1 plus probability of event 2. Yes, I'm going to, these are approximate value. So I'm not going to choose that for substitution. I'm going to choose the exact value which is in fractional form. So 8 upon 15 plus the probability of event 2, 7 upon 15. Okay, they are like denominators. So 8 plus 7, that is 15 upon 15, and that is 1. So what is the sum of probabilities of event 1 and event 2? 1. So what are event 1 and event 2 called? Very good. So E1 and E2 are complementary events here in this case, where E1 is the event in which head occurs and E2 is the event in which tail occurs. In which experiment? The experiment in which a 5 rupee coin is tossed. Is that clear? Okay, children. Let's talk about another example which you had observed yesterday or watched yesterday in the video. Let's see that. Well, there is a flower vase, right? There is one rose, I'm putting like this only. There is another rose, third rose, fourth rose, and these are roses. Roses kept in flower vase. Alright? Fine. This one is red, white, red and white. Okay? Now, randomly you are going to pick up one rose from this flower vase. You are not going to look at those flowers. You are not going to look at the flower vase while picking up. You won't see that. Alright? Or maybe your eyes are covered with handkerchief and then you are picking up one rose. That is random choosing a flower from flower vase. Yes, which flower? The rose. Alright? So, which color? Red color, white color. When you pick up, your experiment is what? Choosing one rose from the flower vase. Okay? So, what are the events? Possible events kya hoga? The picked rose is of red color. Yeah, picked rose is of white color. There are only two color roses. So, either you are going to get red or white. Red are 3 in number and white are 2 in number. Alright? Let's say event 1. Let me say this time event A is event in which the chosen flower, yeah, rose, is of red color. And let's say event B. I have taken symbol as B for event in which the chosen rose obtained is of white color. Okay? Let's find the probability. Probability of event A is number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. What are total outcomes here? Total outcomes कितने हैं? ये 3 है, ये 2 है. So outcomes are 5. And A is the event in which we get red color rose. So total roses which are red in color are 3. So that is a favorable outcome. Favorable outcome is 3. Now this divides exactly. Okay. 3 divided by 5. 0.056 are 30. You got the remainder 0. So that is equal to 0.6. So what is probability of event A? Or you may write 3 upon 5. But as I said, examiner would expect your answer in the form of decimal form. Okay? Let's see another event probability. Similarly, use this word similarly and you can get rid of writing the formula. Boro. Total outcomes are 5. And B is the event in which white color rose is obtained. that is 2 times. And if you divide, this is going, okay, multiply and divide by 2. So 5 twos are 10, 2 twos are 4, and that's easy, 0.4. So what is the probability of event B? Right, and they are exact values, they are not approximate value. If we find the total probability of event A plus probability of event B is 0.6 plus 0.4, and that gives me 1.0. So the total probabilities of event A and event B is 1, and hence these two events are called complementary events. Very good. Okay, children, so the time is running out. Well, today I'll send the next video. You have to see that one by one. And tomorrow, same time, we'll have discussion of that video live. Okay, tomorrow I'll give you chance to ask your queries also, whatever you don't understand. Okay, today it was the first day and there is weaker signals of Wi-Fi. So I think first session you missed it completely, and even the second session in the beginning we had few issues, but hope it would do well from tomorrow. Okay, so see you in the next session. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day, and stay safe. And stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Yes, have gargle your throat, your mouth with water in the morning, salty water, lukewarm water. Drink plenty of warm water with lime juice. Have fruits, salads, green salads. All right? Okay. Still the video is on and we are having some time. If you have any questions to ask, anybody? Pardon? I will continue later. Let me finish this because this is in our portion. So when the conditions become favorable and when you are back to school, yes, we can prepare for your annual examination. So straight away we can start revision when we are having offline classes. So we have decided to complete the portion first. That is the instruction from the management, okay, the principal as well, to complete the portion. Now logarithm is out of our portion. So definitely after completing this chapter, we will continue with logarithm. Okay? Alright, then see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care of yourselves and your family.